Hey everyone, welcome to the Dilettante's Bookshelf. My name is Michelle. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the books that I have chosen as my pile of possibilities for taking part in the February challenge. So I learned about this challenge from Chantel Reed's YouTube channel, and I don't think I've ever been this excited about my pile of possibilities for a month yet. I'm just really excited to delve into this challenge and this type of reading. I'm kind of figuring out the stuff that I just want to read now. And I'm really super excited for this. So if you're not familiar, it is reading books that are a retelling of fairy tales in some way. So there's lots of great books. I have not read much in this type of genre, so I am really very excited to share with you what I've come up with. A lot of them were recommendations from the hosts that are organizing this challenge, and all that information I'll put down in the description box below so you can check it out as well. But I'm going to be sharing with you what I've picked out, and it's really fun for me because I've added them to my reading journal. So I have my February challenge here in my reading journal. One book's from the library. The rest are all going to be on Kindle. I'm pretty sure they were Kindle Unlimited. Hello. Sorry, my dogs are coming to say hello. The rest are on Kindle Unlimited, I'm pretty sure. So if you have that, you can get them on there. But I'll start off with the one that I have a physical copy of, and that is The Healer's Apprentice, and this is by Melanie Dickerson. So let me read this story to you. Two Hearts, One Hope. Rose has been appointed as a healer's apprentice at Hagenheim Castle, a rare opportunity for a woodcutter's daughter like her. While she often feels uneasy at the sight of blood, Rose is determined to prove herself capable. Failure will mean returning home to marry the aging bachelor her mother has chosen for her, a bloated, disgusting merchant who makes Rose feel ill. When Lord Hamlin, the future Duke, is injured, it is Rose who must tend to him. As she works to heal his wounds, she begins to understand emotions she's never felt before and wonders if he feels the same. But falling in love is forbidden, as Lord Hamlin is betrothed to a mysterious young woman in hiding. As Rose's life spins towards confusion, she must take the first steps on a journey to discover her own destiny. So for this one, I think I was choosing it for red on the cover. I had a list, I thought, of what I was using for what, and I don't seem to have it. So I'm just going to go through everything that I've picked out. The rest are all on my Kindle. And I think through the ones I've picked, I've got all 12 books. So the next book is Becoming Hook, and it is the first book in the Legends of Neverland. And my understanding is that this book is a retelling of the Peter Pan story, but with Hook being the good guy. So it says here that a pirate, a pixie, and a plot to foil Peter Pan. James Hook never meant to become a pirate and never dreamed that he would turn against best friend Peter Pan. Every adventure and eternal youth awaited them, until a pixie exposes a shocking revelation. Tinkerbell's information forces James into acknowledging that far from being the benevolent hero he painted himself to be, Peter Pan was kidnapping innocent children. After accepting the traumatic loss of his hand and of the family he can barely remember, James deserts Pan. In the fight to rescue the Lost Boys, Hook will risk everything, even if that means becoming the most notorious villain in Neverland, or losing the fiery pixie who is stealing his heart. So I'm really excited about this book. I'm loving these retellings of different stories, and I have to share with you, because I mentioned I would tell you about it. Another book that would fit really well in this is Heartless, and I read that book. It's by Marissa Meyer, I believe, and I read that book last month, and I loved it. Somebody left it in our little free library, and so I picked it out, and I loved it. I thought it was part of her series, and then it turns out it's a standalone, but it's basically a telling about the Queen of Hearts before she became the Queen of Hearts, and it's just so good. I absolutely loved that book. So that would also work for this challenge, where we're doing fairy tale retellings or a different spin on those. So Becoming Hook actually checks off a few boxes. I think last to read I was going to use this for it because I heard so many people talking about it. It's also going to fit a male main character, magical creatures because it does have a pixie in it, and a notorious villain. So I think we've got a couple boxes checked for this one. So I'm really excited. And the fact that it's the beginning of a series is even more exciting. Next up is To Break a Silence, a Little Mermaid retelling. A siren song holds power over skies and men. Stella has never seen the sky until the day she speaks her oath and is brought above the surface. After her first encounter with a landwalker's ship forces her to sing up a storm that pulls a prince into the water, she chooses to rescue him. When Stella's blossoming affection for the prince is threatened by another, she makes a choice to trade her fins for legs. The phantom glass in her throat if she dares to use her voice and in her feet when she walks. Captain Dylan Carvey is determined to have his revenge after a siren song costs him both his ship and his favored position as the prince's captain. While searching for signs of the siren, Dylan discovers a struggling maiden instead. Pulling a silent girl from the sea, he sees the perfect opportunity to gain his position back. A case of mistaken identity puts Stella right where she wants to be in the prince's palace. But unless she breaks her silence, continuing her charade may cost her the happiness she hopes for, and quite possibly her life. So that one is definitely going to check. Long hair, so long locks, girl with long hair is on the cover. Musical voice, so it incorporates music and singing. And that's the only ones I can think of right now, but it definitely checks a few of the boxes. So I'm really excited. And again, as I said, that one is also on Kindle, and I'm pretty sure it was unlimited. I don't think I purchased any of these books for this challenge. Next up is Scarlet and the Dark Woods. This is by Mary Meckham. She is one of the protected elect. He is a shunned shapeshifter. I can't talk. Can Scarlet rescue her grandmother before her heart is stolen? When her grandmother is cast out as unworthy after facing Hamelin's annual shunning, Scarlet knows she must brave the dangers of Darkwood Forest if she will ever have any chance of saving her grandmother. Her perilous adventure becomes a rage against time. She needs to find Gran before the previous shunned get to her first. Scarlet's efforts come too late. As her magic dwindles, the farther into the forest she ventures, she becomes hopelessly lost and is forced to accept help from Grayson, the shape-shifting wolf who is stalking her every footstep and who Scarlet suspects of knowing Gran's location. If she manages to save her grandmother, Scarlet is faced with another impossible. Join Gran and live her life out as an outcast, or return to the rest of the elect, safe but alone. As she struggles to find the right path forward, Scarlet realizes that more than her grandmother's future is at stake. Her heart is too. So this one fits under Wolf, which has an animal integral to the plot. This also has red on the cover and long locks. So if you're interested in this versus another one, lesser known retelling, I think it would fit because I don't know how many retellings there are of kind of like a Red Riding Hood. But again, this is kind of a new genre that I'm reading, these fairy tale retellings. So I'm not quite sure about that one, but I think it might work. And what else? So yeah, that one checks a bunch of boxes if you were to look for it. So I'm really excited about that. Again, that one is also on Kindle Unlimited. Okay, next up is To Defy a Dream, a Sleeping Beauty retelling. And this is also by Mary Meckham, and it's part of the Shattered Dreams series, which To Break a Silence is also part of that. So if you're looking for a series, I don't believe these build on each other. They're just different tellings of different stories. This one is a Sleeping Beauty retelling, and it says, what if Sleeping Beauty pricked her finger on purpose? Princess Aurella's kingdom is plagued by the eternal slumber, a disease progressively ensnaring the minds of her subjects. After Aurelia wishes for the means to revive her brother, her sinister fairy godmother presents an ominous Aurelia must stab herself with a poisoned spindle. Accepting this fate plunges Aurelia into a nightmare where victims of the eternal slumber are being held hostage by a dark genie. However, Aurelia's brother isn't the only familiar face she finds herself reunited with. Everett, the love of her life, who mysteriously disappeared years ago, is there as well. As the genie's power grows, I'm not sure if I'm saying that word right, Aurelia must decide how to save before the genie escapes and enters the waking world. Failing on her quest could trap her in the dream world forever. Will she forego her chance at a happily ever after and protect her brother, or will she choose to rescue herself and the man she loves? So, again, this could fall under so many different ones. I thought this one would fall, it's 166 pages, so this would fall under Thumbelina, which is a short book. That's one of the challenges to read. Snow Queen on a quest, so, somebody that's on a quest, that would fit. And I also think it could be a lesser known retelling because I don't think we hear a lot of Sleeping Beauty retellings necessarily. So I might use that one for there. And you have a Notorious Villain, which would go. So yeah, lots of different ones on that. So I'm just so excited about this challenge. I don't think I've been this. Sorry, my dog is right here and he is demanding attention. Yes? Yeah? Yeah. You want attention? Yeah, for him. So this one is part of A Villains Ever After series. It is Bluebeard and the Outlaw, and it's by Tara Grace. And it says Marriage, the Ultimate Heist. This one just sounded really good. I might actually lead off with this one. It's 190 pages, so it could also be a Thumbelina one. Robin of the Wood spends her days robbing from the rich to feed the poor, but she and her merry band of brothers never seem to get anywhere. The more she steals, the more the evil Lord Guy Bluebeard taxes the villagers. When Robin discovers the Lord Guy plans to marry yet again, she conceives a plan for a final big score. As Guy's wife, she will have access to his wealth. The Lord is notorious for killing his wives shortly after he marries them, but Robin has no plans to be dead wife number 4. The only problem is that Lord Guy is devastatingly handsome, brooding, and nothing at all what she expected. If she isn't careful, she might just find that he steals her heart before she can rob his riches. So, again, I would think the Robin Hood would fall under the Bluebeard, the lesser-known retellings. Again, a Thumbelina book. There's no red on the cover, but we have long locks. She's on a quest, so that would work. So there's so many of these books that can be used for multiple prompts, and that's encouraged in this challenge as well. And the last one is Court of Swans. And this is part of the Derricott Tales. And this is the first book. It's also by Melanie Dickerson. And it says here that in England, 1381, Delia's idyllic life as daughter of an earl is shattered when her father dies, and his wife accuses Delia's 7 brothers of treason and murder. The youngest is only 10 years old, but this doesn't stop the guards from hauling them off to the Tower of London. There, they await a grim fate. As Child King Richard II is executing anyone who poses a threat to his throne, Delia is their only hope for pardon and freedom. Sir Geoffrey did not expect his first assignment as captain of the guard to be the arrest of boys so young. He dutifully imprisons the brothers, but he can't ignore the sense, rooted in personal experience, that injustice and treachery are at work. Determined to rescue her brothers, Delia secures a position as a seamstress for the Queen. Her quest is all but impossible as the executions continue. Sir Geoffrey offers to be her ally, but should she trust him in a court where everyone has an agenda? I have so many to choose from in this this month, and I'm really enjoying fantasy books right now, and I like my historical fiction still, like and I have another book that came out. It's a brand new release, actually, that I'm interested in, and I'll tell you guys a little bit more about that maybe next month, because I have it on request from the library, and it's a new series. So this is book 5 maybe in a series. So I still love my historical fictions. I like my murder mysteries. I still love those, but I'm really enjoying the fantasy genre. And to certain levels, though, if it gets really out there where there's completely different worlds and sci-fi-ish things like that, I struggle a little bit with. But I do like a fantasy reality or fantasy telling book. So yeah, I'm so super excited about this challenge. If you're taking part in it, please do comment down below. I'd love to hear what you're reading, because even beyond this challenge, I'm going to be looking for more books to read in the genre, I think. So I'm interested to see how I get through all of these. I have 2 books I'm trying to finish up this week for January. Just trying to stay on my reading goal because I'm a little bit behind on that. But yeah, so I would love to hear what you're reading. I do have an accompanying blog post, so I'll list all of the books and things like that. And of course, in the description box below, you'll see all the details. So if you want to learn a bit more about this, can't wait to get back and tell you at the end of the month how I did and all of the books that I read. But yeah, so that is my video for today. I'm gushing because I'm just so excited about these. I have not been excited about this pile of possibilities in a while. So yeah, so that's my video for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.